Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel, or should I say almost good afternoon. It's like almost 11:30. I started vlogging today way later than I wanted to. Welcome to day 4 of my 12 days of Vlogmas series, where I'm sharing new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the month of December. Today I wanted to share like an easy what I eat in a day on these busy days leading up to the holidays. I've been trying to stick with my typical holiday eating plan schedule, which is me being on top of my healthy eating game, following the WW plan like 80% of the time, and then leaving 20% of the time for flexibility so we can have fun holiday meals or treats when we're out and about with the kids doing special things. But it is a lot later today, and to be honest, I haven't done a great job of getting my morning going great. In regards to eating, I've been sipping on this tumbler of coffee all morning long. Just one tumbler, but it's taken me all morning to get through it, and I had a banana. And that's it so far today, and it's 11 a.m. So it's just been kind of a crazy busy morning. We actually, I know this is crazy because we literally moved into our new house less than 2 weeks ago, but we had overnight visitors last night. Some of our friends who we knew in Georgia before we moved here to Texas were actually out in Arizona visiting family, and they made a whole road trip adventure out of it. And because we didn't get to see them one last time before we left Georgia, they actually reached out and said, hey, can we add you guys to our stops along the way on our way back and just stay over with you guys for a night and see you? And we're like, absolutely. You may have to stay on an air mattress. We're still working things out, but you're welcome. So that was fine by them. They came and had dinner with us last night, and we got to hang out after the girls went to bed. They hung out for a while this morning, but Lila had school this morning. Josh had to go to work. So they were here with Nora and I, and then they left for the next leg of their road trip. But anyway, this morning was a bit of a slow start. We saw them, got them going this morning. I've been, again, sipping on my coffee. Nora is here. There's my sweetie pie. Hi, Sissy. She is having lunch and then is about to go down for a nap, which is good because for having a crazy morning, this one has been all over and in everything. We have slowly, you guys will be able to track as Vlogmas goes on, all of the ornaments keep moving up as she has discovered them. She likes to go, ooh, she calls them bubbles. Ooh, bubble, bubble, and then tries to take them off the tree and hand them to me. And I'm like, sweet pea, no, no. Luckily, most of our ornaments are like the no shatter ones. I put any of my more delicate ones. I do have a small collection of Radco ornaments, which is like a brand of hand-blown glass ornaments that I've collected for a long time. My mom used to give me some for the holidays each year. She collects them as well. So those are like my special to me ornaments, and I try to focus them all up at the top so little tiny couldn't get to them. But some of the non-breakable ones we have around the bottom, she keeps trying to go for, even though we're working on it. Toddler life. So you guys will be able to track as the holidays go on, though, all the ornaments slowly moving higher and higher on the tree. But yeah, she's been into that. She's been all over the place. More? You want more? Yes, okay. She's having like her little snack plate for lunch. She had some salami, some Swiss cheese, grapes, and some avocado today. So you want a little bit more? Okay, I'll go get you more. All right, guys, I'm back. I got Nora finished off with lunch, cleaned up, and she is down for a nap. And that means I finally get to make myself something to eat, and not something that's just like I'm on the run, crazy, going all over the place and grabbing something quick. I can actually make myself a meal that sounds good and satisfying. During the holidays, I try to follow 80-20, where like 80% of the time I'm on top of my WW game. It just helps me stay on track through the holidays mostly, and then getting back into things after the holidays. Honestly, that for me is where it counts the most, because I'm still used to being on track, tracking my days. I haven't gone totally off the wall for weeks or a whole month at a time. I'm still in the routine, and I don't have to restart myself back on the routine. So that's where we're at today. Today I am following a 36-point day on WW. I do share like a 23-point day series on my channel sometimes, and I'll try and come out with one of those during Vlogmas as well, because you guys like seeing those ideas for some lower point meals and snack options. And again, I share that series just so I can share with you guys ideas for lower point meals that you can mix and match however you want with whatever other meals you have to equal the amount of points that are individualized to you and your plan. I personally do get 36 points a day though, when I'm not just filming one of those 23-point days as a series for my channel. So I'm following a 36-point day today. But that being said, since I've only had coffee and a banana this morning, I've only used 4 points, 2 tablespoons of my sweet cream coffee creamer in my coffee today. So that's it. So I have 32 points to play with. I'm gonna make myself a bigger kind of like brunchy lunch today. It's like just after noon. Sorry if you guys are like so sick of seeing me in black. I feel like I go to edit my videos and all of my tops are like black or green. I've realized I need to mix up my wardrobe. Although I will say, I don't know if you guys can see it from here, I have my fun Christmas pants on. Lila and I call them my Christmas pants. They're Fabletics, like leggings, but I like them because they're thicker, but they're like bright red. So, boop, I feel like they're a little holiday-y. So I mentioned last night we had our friends here for dinner and they have some dietary restrictions between being gluten-free and a couple different food allergies. So we kept it super simple when making dinner. I made some skirt steak. I made air-fried roasted potatoes. So these are just plain potatoes that I diced up. I sprayed with a little bit of avocado oil and then just like a salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. Same with the skirt steak because we were worried about any sort of marinades and things like that. We just went super simple with salt, pepper, and garlic on the steak. And then we also had a side of veggies, some broccoli. So I do have some left over today. I have just about 3 ounces of the skirt steak. So with the leftovers, I think I'm gonna build myself like a brunch bowl. I'm gonna use potatoes as kind of the base. I'm also going to get, I bought some of the Pura Vida Mistura vegetable frozen mix from Costco this last week. And it's a mix that has broccoli and zucchini and squash and peppers in it. So I'm going to toss the frozen veggies into the air fryer, then I'll add the potatoes since they're already cooked through and just need to get warmed up. I'll toss those in, so that's gonna be the base of my bowl. I'm going to reheat the skirt steak. I'm gonna add 2 eggs because I feel like I'm behind in protein since I didn't eat breakfast this morning, just to help bulk it up. Maybe we'll do a little sprinkle of some cheddar cheese on top, but this is gonna be a super hearty, protein-filled bowl. We got protein, we got carb, we got fat, we got a great balanced dish for our brunch lunch meal today. So here's the frozen veg mix. I'm going to use 1 cup is 0 points on the WW plan. On another note, look at how cute my little Christmas set of cups and spoons. I showed them in my last video where I was baking the Dutch apple pancake. These are so cute. I got them at Walmart. I'll try and find a link for them below. But yeah, I just got them at Walmart in their little pick up, grab and go gifting holiday section. Just gonna grab a cup of veg. Popping that in the air fryer. I'm just gonna start off at 400. I put it in for 20 minutes. It's not gonna take quite that long for the veggies, but after a few minutes, I'll check them. And once they look like they're defrosted, not quite like charred cooked all the way through, I'll add the potatoes so they reheat all together. While that's going, I got a little bit of that spray avocado oil heating up in my pan. There's my steak. I think these ones were the leftovers last night because they definitely look like they're mooing a little bit. They were a little bit under, but the rest of the skirt steak, it's so hard I feel like to cook skirt steak. I have not yet mastered it for sure because the thin end always cooks so much faster and this was from the thicker end. But that's why I guess it's nice. These are gonna be leftover pieces because we're not gonna overcook them by reheating. So anyway, those will cook to a more medium temperature instead of the blue that some of these pieces are right now. 2 minutes and a flip later on some medium-high heat and these are already done. I turn the heat down a little bit and right in we're going with 2 eggs. When I do a fried egg, I like to wait until most of the white has started cooking up. Then I just add a splash of water and quickly cover with a lid, and that's gonna steam over all of the rest of the egg whites so they get cooked, but it'll leave a runny yolk. If you don't want a runny yolk, this method is not for you. Don't come for me in the comments. I like a runny yolk. Veggies were done. I pulled those out, gave them a little sprinkle of salt and a toss. Next is gonna come our eggs. Perfect. And then I went ahead and chopped my steak bites up just a little bit more so they were bite-sized for my fork. A tablespoon of some shredded cheddar that I spilled all over the counter. This bowl looks absolutely mouth-watering. I want to break into that egg. Okay. Egg went a little bit over. I'm still getting used to my new gas range. I've had electric the last few years and I didn't realize how much faster it cooks on gas. So I just chopped that up a little bit. Trying to get the perfect bite here. Got some steak, I got some zucchini looks like, I got a little bit of potato and some egg. So good. And looking at our breakdown here, I don't know if this is gonna be clear for you guys on my camera, but it looks like it only comes out to 8 points. It was 5 points for the 3 ounces of skirt steak. The 1 cup of veggies was 0 points. 2 eggs, 0 points, a tablespoon of cheese, 1 point, and then a half cup of those potatoes that were roasted, 2 points. And that is quite a hearty dish for 8 points. Okay, so I've just been doing some editing of this vlog for tomorrow, as well as cleaning up around the kitchen, did a bunch of the dishes from this morning, all that kind of stuff. But I was thinking ahead of what I want to do for dinner tonight for Josh and I and the girls, and I just feel like I've been cooking a lot. And that's not to say, like, I normally cook dinner like every night, but I like to try and mix up some simple meals in between either new recipes that I'm trying or more involved recipes that have like a lot of ingredients or a lot of steps. And tonight I'm just feeling like I don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So we are needing a simple meal for tonight. So my number one thing I always get out for simple meals, Crockpot time. And like clockwork, as I'm trying to start anything, I just hear Nora waking up from her nap. So I'm gonna quickly throw this together and then go grab her. I have 2 chicken breasts in the crock pot. This is going to be a half cup of teriyaki sauce. And then I have a 1-pound bag of frozen broccoli. So this is all going to cook down. Once the chicken gets cooked through, I will shred it. The teriyaki sauce will absorb into everything, and I'm gonna serve it with some white rice. And we're just gonna do teriyaki chicken and broccoli over rice tonight. I'm pretty sure Nora will for sure eat this with Josh and I. Lila, I don't know if she's had teriyaki sauce before. It might be a new try for her, but she's usually pretty good about trying new things. That's gonna be our super simple dinner tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up and cook it on high because it's already mid-afternoon. And that should be ready for 6 o'clock dinner. Are you causing trouble? Are you bringing all sorts of toys into my kitchen? Bye. All right, well, Nora's up. I came in here to check on this real quick before we kind of like get going with her afternoon, and I'm just a little bit worried that wasn't enough moisture with just the teriyaki. So I just have like a half cup of water here. I'm just gonna toss that in too, just to make sure there's enough moisture in the pot because I have frozen items in there. Last thing you want is to not have enough moisture in a crock pot, and that can lead to your crock part cracking. So I actually had to get rid of my old crock pot because it was starting to get a hairline fracture in the bottom. So this is the only one I have right now. This is just like a smaller, I think it's like a 6-quart. It's a pretty cheap crock pot version, but you know what? It works, so we'll take it. And it actually makes the right amount of food for our family of 4. Whoa! You're so high! Ooh. We went to go pick up Lila from school and went to go play at our neighborhood park for a while, and I did bring with an afternoon snack. Nora, Lila, and I all had a veggie straw snack. These I had 28 pieces for 3 points on the WW plan. Hey guys, ignore my Cindy Lou Who hair. I have to body shower after dinner and after we got the kids to bed. But Josh and I are hanging out. We are watching a Christmas movie. It's called Christmas with the Campbells on Hulu. We're only like 15 minutes in, but it seems pretty good so far. It's not quite a Hallmark movie, but like a rom-com-y, like funny kind of situation. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know at the end if we liked it or not. But it was the perfect time. We were feeling like we needed a little sweet treat, and I have a ton of points left for the day because I didn't get around to eating like a full breakfast this morning, and then our dinner was quite low in point. I had a low point snack earlier. So I still have like 15 points left on the table for my 36-point day, and I have the perfect solution. I hold in my hands the best brown butter chocolate chip cookie dough recipe I have ever made in my entire life. I've made this recipe multiple times. It turns out phenomenal each time. And what I do, yes, they're pointy. These are straight up regular baked chocolate chip cookies. They're huge. They are a whopping 15 points a piece on the WW plan, but even though they're a splurge, the way that I balance it is when I make the dough, I don't bake up an entire batch of them. I take the cookie dough and I roll it into portioned balls, and then I pop them in the freezer. So Josh and I, when we're feeling like a cookie, I just take out however many I need to bake up for me or the kids or him. Sometimes I take one of these out and I'll have like a home fresh baked cookie for Lila after school, and I just bake them when we want them. That way I'm not tempted by the cookie jar every day, all day, and I'm not overindulging in them at one time, but on occasion, we have a splurge. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on a parchment lined baking sheet from frozen. I cook them for 16 minutes on 350 degrees. I will link in the description box below the recipe. It is not my original recipe. I got it from a TikTok video, and it's someone who also has a blog. So I'll link the blog site so any of you guys can click on it and go check out the recipe. Let me know if you make it in the description box below. Everyone needs a perfect chocolate chip cookie, and I love this one. The secret to mine being so good though, I think, is I use a combination of these like chocolate, dark chocolate chunks, as well as mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. I do half and half in the recipe, and it is so good. That brown butter makes all the difference. So one for Josh, one for me. Again, baking for 16 minutes at 350 degrees. And then the absolute kicker, which I haven't baked these off since I made them because this just got here from Amazon today, Maldon flaky sea salt. So I sprinkle a little bit of this on top of the cookie after it bakes. The perfect final touch, flaky sea salt. Just absolute chocolate chip cookie perfection. How are the cookies, Clark?
These are my favorite cookies.
Your favorite cookies. I'm glad I made you happy, Santa. If you guys have missed it in the past, I call Josh Clark all Christmas season long, because if it was up to him, you'd be able to see our Christmas lights and house from space. Although you kept it relatively tame this year. Is it just because we ran out of time because we wanted to get something up after moving?
Yes, time was short.
Does that mean it's gonna be crazy next year?
You never know.
Well, there you go. Tune into next year's Vlogmas to see what Clark comes up with. These cookies. 15 points a piece, but worth every bite. Never said they weren't messy though. In other news, this movie is interesting. Definitely not a holiday classic. We didn't really know what we were getting into when we were watching it. It's funny. Not something I'd probably rewatch. No. It's more of like a spoof on Hallmark movies. So there's a lot of like the classic Hallmark movie, like things happening, and they're like completely blowing them over out of proportion and making fun of it. So it's okay. On the inside, I'm a girly who loves a good Hallmark movie. So part of me was like, don't make fun of them too much. Although I haven't had time to watch any yet this season. Maybe I'll get a chance on one of Nora's nap times to have a little mommy Hallmark movie time one afternoon. Anyway, thank you guys so much for following along my very real what I eat in a day during the holidays, trying to stay on track and living my life 80-20. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on more 12 days of Vlogmas. And until next time, bye.